you said to the audience, don't think of me as a threat. And we all know that there are political battles that, are required to make this possible. And there's so many lawmakers here. Just, what would your message be to the people who are going to be in these political fights in order to bring these opportunities to more people?
Right. And I really feel strongly, because I understand the side of the public schools, and I understand them being a little bit questioning of these programs and saying, well, I don't understand why you're pulling kids out, or you have these really strong teachers unions in your states and you know that it's going to be a battle. All I can say is that if you bring it down to an individual level, if you bring it down to a Gregory level, you will still make a difference. Even if you bring it up and it doesn't go anywhere, even if you just start spreading the word. One of my co-presenters yesterday was talking about how just letting parents know about this is huge. I had no idea anything about school choice or that I would have options. Educating your constituents, educating your colleagues about different options, and just always keeping the individual in mind, even when you come up against big adversaries. And eventually, I think what's happened in Florida, in some ways, is the schools have said, oh, the public school systems have said, oh, this maybe isn't such a bad thing. And for me personally, in our personal little story, again, you funnel this down, you have this personal little story. I fully intend on putting my child back in public school. I'd like to do that. So these programs are not threats. We're not saying you're terrible, you can't do your jobs. In my situation, Lee County, Florida was amazing, and they tried. And they gave me so many options. It just didn't fit. And that's okay. Public schools don't need to be upset about that. It's not your fault. Every individual is different. So if you can try and get that message to them and educate your parents about different school options and say, here's what we think we can do for you if you want to try this out. Then parents are going to go, oh, okay. And then that brings everybody up to a different level. That makes the schools, you have your what they were, I hate to use the word vendors, but you have, your schools trying harder, saying, I would like to have these kids either stay in public school, or I'd like to have these special needs kids come to my school. There's going to be a little bit more competition, which is never a bad thing, especially for our kids. So it's not going to be an easy battle. There's going to be serious. I know that a lot of you have states where you don't even think it can get past anything. That's fine. Still go home and talk about it. Write an op-ed about it. Meet with a group of parent advocates and explain what school choice is. Start the conversations, because it will make a difference. And you have a Gregory in your state. And I hope that you will think of him and say, I could possibly make a big difference in their lives.